How's it going, everyone? The name is 𝐂𝐂𝐑𝐈 and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be giving a breakdown, analysis, and rating to the Minecraft music video animation that I did. First of all, I want to say big thanks to the people that helped with this animation, and without further ado, let's jump right in.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. Keep trying for one day.
Starting off, we have the tunnel sequence. The effects of this sequence are done by my friend Dragon Warp. What he did here is giving the footage 3 effects that are done in After Effects. That's what he said. And there are pixel sorter, particle effect, and rather it's a glitch effect or a chromatic aberration that causes this RGB effect. Now moving on with the next part of the animation, after this tunnel sequence, we can see that the animation has a little bit of, again, rather it's a glitch effect or chromatic aberration. The rest of the sequence is given a motion blur effect or RSMB. And of course, this whole sequence is animated by me. Now going further, you might see some part of the animation had some problems or glitches. For example, right here, there are going to be a lot of parts of this animation that will have this certain glitch or bug. And unfortunately, I don't know what caused this. Now moving even further, we have this effect rather it's a lens flare or an optical flare. It also played at the same time as another chromatic aberration effect came in. And before those effects are played, you can already tell what the edge of the world is. Now moving on to the desert scene.
I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie.
As you can see here, we have the sun's effect, which I don't know what it's called, but I call it a blinding effect. It's when you wake up, stare at the sun at first, and then looking around. Afterwards, we can see right here, when the arrow hits the sword, we can see a little nice detail effect. I call it pixel shock. The effect is probably another pixel sorter, but used as a shock effect. Now moving to the part where Zach here pulls the sword off the ground, and as you can see, when the sword is pulled out, a green screen or stock footage of dust blowing gives it an illusion that the sand surrounding it was also pulled out. The same thing is also done when they're running at each other about to attack. And then, here's one of my favorite effects. The title of the song was placed behind the characters as the song was singing that same line. And then a fight scene started. The animation of the fight here is done by me, but with the help of my other friend Captain Villager, he improved this animation better than before. You can see a difference here.
Feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. Keep trying for one day. Whoa.
Now moving to the next sequence, where he's sitting at the edge of a pond. There's nothing really much I can break down here, other than the terrifying eyes with a small touch of radio blur. And again, this whole sequence was animated by me. And I think Dragon here did some color correction to the scene as well, so big thanks to him. And again, you can also see the edge of the map, and also those certain glitches.
Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
And finally, moving on to the last sequence, where you can see it starts off with a bug on Zach's foot. it's also on the scene before. Also, I almost forgot that all the characters in the desert sequence have facial expressions that are improved by, again, my good friend Captain Villager. So huge thanks to him, big shout out to him. Now almost reaching the end, we can see this part where Zack goes in rage mode. The footage here is given a little bit of chromatic aberration fused with radio blur and camera shake, and finally leading to the final kill. The footage was added with some camera shake and lens distortion, which causes hilarious freeze frame. The slow motion part is done in the animation itself, and here the same idea of the rage mode is used, but it's more towards an inner pain effect. And finally, with the last part. The footage here is keyframed to slowly increasing the level of chromatic aberration, radio blur, and shake effect. Then it hits with a cut and fades to credits. And that's all for the breakdown and the analysis segment. Now let's head into the conclusion, ratings, and possible improvement segment. And for short, CRAPI. Yes, I know it's kind of crap for a name. For conclusion, I don't think my animation here is the best of my opinion, but since this is my first ever public animation, I can't say otherwise. Does that make sense? I don't know. The point is, it's not the best for my opinion, and I know it's not the best for your opinion. For rating, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Some things could be improved, and that's gonna be the possible improvements part. For possible improvements, I could add some depth of field. I thought of adding it, but unfortunately, I forgot about it. The second thing is, I could definitely use anamorphics, which makes the animation from this to this. And finally, I could add some better color grading and color correction. And that's all for this video. I know it's a bit different than usual, but I hope you like this video. Comment down below if you want to see more in the future, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.